Today I'm going to read you a book called Skippyjon Jones by Judy Schachner. This book is a fiction and it's also animal fantasy. Every morning, Skippyjon Jones woke up with the birds. This did not please his mother at all. "Get yourself down here right now, Mr. Kittenbritches," ordered Mama Junebug Jones. "No self-respecting cat ever slept with a flock of birds," she scolded, "or ate worms, or flew, or did his laundry in Miss Doohiggy's bird bath." The lecture went on and on as usual. "You've got to do some serious thinking before you leave this room, Mr. Fuzzy Pants," said his mother. "Just about what it means to be a cat. Not a bird, not a mouse, or a grouse, not a moose or a goose, or a rat or a bat. You need to think about what it means to be a Siamese cat. And stay out of your closet," she added, closing the bedroom door. But once he was alone, Skippyjon began to bounce and bounce and bounce on his big boy bed. "Oh, I'm Skippyjon Jones, and I bounce on my bed, and once or 6 times I land on my head." On his way down to earth from a gigantic big bounce, Skippyjon Jones shot past his bedroom mirror. "Holy guacamole!" exclaimed Skippyjon Jones. "What was that?" So up he went again, and again it appeared. Then, using his very best Spanish accent, he said, "My ears are too big for my head is too big for my body. I am not a Siamese cat, I'm a Chihuahua." Back on land, Skippyjon Jones climbed into his toy box and rifled through some of his old junk. After he put on his mask and sword and climbed onto his mouse, Skippyjon Jones began to sing in a moi soft voice. "My name is Skippido Friskido. I fear not a single bandito. My manners are mellow, I'm sweet like jello. I get the job done, yes indeedo." Back in the kitchen, Jujubee, Jezebel, and Jillyboo Jones were helping Mama Junebug Jones make lunch. "Can Skippyjon come out of his room now?" asked Jujubee. "No," answered Mama Junebug Jones. "Mr. Flutternutter is still thinking." In fact, Skippyjon wasn't thinking about being a Siamese cat at all. With a walk into his closet, his thoughts took him down a lonesome desert road, far, far away in old Mexico. Not long into his journey, a mysterioso band of Chihuahuas appeared out of the dust. "Ay, caramba! Who goes there?" asked Skippyjon Jones. "We go by the name of Los Chimichangos," growled Don Diego, the biggest of the small ones. "Who are you?" "I am El Skippido, the great sword fighter," said Skippyjon Jones. Then the smallest of the small ones spoke up. "Why the mosquito, dude?" asked Paquito Tito. "I go incognito," said Skippido. "Do you like rice and beans?" asked Pintolito. "See, I love mice and beans," said Skippido. "He might be the dog of our dreams," whispered Rosalita. "Perhaps," said Tia Mia, "if he knows the secret password." Leaning toward Don Diego, El Skippido half sneezed, half spoke the secret password in the Chihuahua's very large ear. "Ah, Chupichu!" "Bless you," said Don Diego. "Gracias," said Skippido. "Then it is true," decreed Don Diego. "Yip, yippee, yippido! It's the end of Alfredo Brazito. Skippido is here, we have nothing to fear. Adios to the bad Bumblebito." Then all the chimichangas went crazy loco. First they had a fiesta, then they took a siesta. But after waking up, the chimichangas got down to serious business. Using his paw, Don Diego drew a picture in the sand of the great bumblebeeto for Skippyjon to see. A hush grew over the chimichangas so great that one would hear a whisker drop. Alfredo Bazito, whispered the crowd. El blimpo, bumblebeeto, bandito. See, said Paquito Tito, the bandito steals our frijoles. Not your beans, cried Skippyjon, outraged. See, Paquito continued, red beans, black beans, Boston baked and blue, cocoa, coffee, kidney beans, pinto, and jelly, too. And now he comes for us, Paquito added. Por qué? Asked Skippyjon. Because we are full of the beans, too. Then Don Diego stood tall and in his most somber voice declared, Yo quiero frijoles. Huh? Asked Skippyjon. The dude just wants his beans back, said Paquito Tito, and you are the dog for the job. Me? Asked Skippyjon. Then all of the chimichangas turned toward Skippyjon, the great sword fighter. But poor Skippyjon had no time for a plan, because in the blink of an eye, a gigantic shadow darkened the landscape. The chimichangas scattered in all directions. Vamos, Skippyjon, or it is you the bandito will eato, they cried. Skippyjon stood his ground, but his legs shimmied and shook like the jello, his teeth chattered like castanets. Then, in a moi soft voice, he said, My name is Skippyjon Friskido. I fear not a single bandito. But Alfredo Bazito flew straight for Skippyjon until the bean-eating bandito hovered only inches away from the great sword fighter's face. Holy frijoles! Cried Skippyjon as he thrust his sword into the air. Suddenly, pop! Went the bandito, landing on Skippyjon's sword, and quicker than one could say chihuahuas, cheese, and crackers, every kind of bean came spilling out of Alfredo Bazito, the bumblebeeto bandito. Then all the doggies burst into song. Yip, yippee, yippido, our hero is El Skippyjon. He's the dog of our dreams who delivered the beans, and now we can make our burritos. But back at home, there was such a ruckus coming from Skippyjon's room that Mama Junebug Jones and the girls just had to find out what was going on. They raced down the hall to the kitty boy's room. Banguito, Crashito, Papito, Skippyjon! Just in time to see Skippyjon's closet exploding. Then out flew Candy, beanbag doggies, and the kitty boy with his birthday piñata on his head. Skippyjon Jones! Cried everyone. Hola, muchachitas, he said in a moi soft voice. Mama Junebug Jones lifted up Skippyjon and covered his head with furry kisses. What am I going to do with you, Mr. Cocoa Pugs? She scolded. That night, when he was supposed to be going to sleep, Skippyjon began to bounce and bounce on his big boy bed. Oh, I'm Skippyjon Jones with a mind of my own, and I'll bounce on my bed for hours. I know I'm a cat, but forget about that. Say good night, Skippyjon Jones, called his mama. Buenas noches, mi amigos, said Skippyjon Jones. The end.